What's up? What's up, and welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab. Give me just a second. I forgot to post this in the Discord. Close this. Hope you guys all had a good weekend. Oh, I thought I lost my thing for a second. Hopefully, y'all had a good weekend. Just got back from a run, actually. Let's see this. Okay, my bad. Hopefully get some people joining up here. Get some people pop in here, say hello. Trying to find my. All right, we're ready. Okay, what's up, Trent? Fast, I guess. Pretty fast. My wife had another pickleball tournament yesterday, and like an hour away, and it was literally like, and it rained, so it kept getting delayed. So I watched like 3 movies with my son, and it rained at our house the whole time. So I really did nothing yesterday. Saturday, I have no idea what I did Saturday. Oh, we went to movies. So I'll just pick me. All right. Let's see. So, first off, at the top of the hour here, live on Twitter, live on YouTube as well. If you are not subscribed to YouTube, come on over, search Lunchtime in the Lab. That's how you can find me. I only stream to Twitter like every other day, every 3 days, something like that. So if you like the show on Twitter, come on over to YouTube and hang out with us. Pushing 2,000 subscribers. I'm at like 1,800 something. A lot of that's coming from the short videos, doing like NFL highlight videos and just goofy stuff like that. But like I said, hoping that translates over into some followers, obviously. A couple very quick things at the top of the hour here. Just schedule wise, just a ton going on this week. Oh, shoot. My son has speech tomorrow. Holy crap. Getting back into, my son's got speech starting up tomorrow. Me and him both have doctor's appointments on Wednesday. I got to get my dog's stitches out on Thursday. So there's going to be a lot of like weird stuff. Every day I'll just have to update and kind of let you know, like, hey, Thursday, for example, the show might be at 12 or 12:30 or something like that. But we'll try to do our best to still get it in. But just make sure you guys are following me on Twitter at LiveJoeBets to get all that, to be able to get that information and stuff. Obviously, I think you guys get a notification, I'm sure, when I go live too. But that's my Twitter at LiveJoeBets. Secondly, if you have not seen, and I don't know if I haven't had a show maybe since they've done it, or I guess I haven't had a show recently. I didn't have a show on Friday. We went through a brand change on Thursday. So it is no longer called Beer Money Picks. However, it's obviously the same. I'm still in it. Same cappers, same MMA guys, baseball, basketball. I mean, whatever. Same team. It's just no longer called Beer Money Picks. It's called Trophies Sports Picks. Got to get used to it. Just a name. I think that they decided that they had maybe outgrown a little bit. Getting away from trying just maybe be a little bit more official. I mean, beer money, maybe it sounds childish, maybe it sounds, whatever. So however you kind of take it, look at it or whatever, obviously it's the same team, everything like that, I also mentioned that I announced it on whatever day it was, working with Action, in the description down here. I have the link to download the Action app if you have not done that yet. Look, honestly, I get paid every time you guys download it. Get paid at the end of the month. Allows me to do some giveaways, everything like that. It's not a lot, but obviously it's there for a reason. But I'm going to be tracking my plays from the podcast on the Action Network, so you can get in there and follow me and see how we're doing officially and everything like that, to prove also that this podcast is profitable. So that's a nice little tool that I've been able to bring to the show there. So if you have not checked out Action yet, like I said, there is a link in the bottom here to check that out. Okay. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. You guys aren't here just to hear me talk. Uh, Today was a different weekend. Yeah. Look, it's been weird, like it's been harder. It's been a little harder. I have 65 followers. I didn't realize I had that many followers. Um, it's been a little harder, that's for sure. Um, bet on preseason football, like it's preseason football, like honestly, I shouldn't be doing it. I've, been pretty much breaking even with it. Uh, kind of still just getting screwed. The Saints, couldn't score a freaking passing touchdown yesterday, but frustrating stuff. Anyhow, I'm still just not really used to like messing with action. Um, and it was just a weird baseball slate too. It was just kind of ugly. Um, I guess in the last 7 days for the podcast, we're up 0.75 units. We're 3-2. But I mean, I kind of just gave some plays out over like just like Twitter or like I posted it like, hey, make sure you download this or that or whatever, So, I mean, we had a 10K challenge. I gave out Soriano just, on Twitter, like I said. So we'll get a little more in depth here and we'll be able to see, these win loss records and stuff. So, like I said, if you have not signed up for, Action Network. If you have not downloaded it yet, shoot, have your girlfriend download it. Like I said, it gets me a little bit of money. There's a link in the description there for me. And I think it just says, I don't know. It's pretty clear. It should be clickable. If it's not clickable, let me know. Anyway, let's get into it. I was just thinking too, I should start doing like I can like create like a banner and just say like and then I think I can do like this. Hold up. Yeah, look at that. Boom. See that? Isn't that neat? Can I edit it? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of cool. Stop. What the fuck? No. This. Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah, we're gonna have to remove that though because it like cuts my face off. Anyway, download that app. Here we go though. So messing with some. Yeah, I gotta get rid of that. That's annoying. Look, we lost the 10K challenge the other day because we bet on preseason football. I'm not like upset at it. Uh, the Chiefs lost. Chiefs always find a way to screw me. Um, it is frustrating that it lost for sure. So yeah, Marcus getting serious. But the Lions fumbled on like the 5. Chiefs are backed up in their own end zone. There's 2 minutes and 14 seconds, and they throw the ball twice. They don't run the ball. They don't force the Lions to use timeouts. The Lions end up kicking a walk off touchdown. I'm like, what the hell, But yeah, Timmy, it is basically the same thing. Action was like the original, but Action has like like articles and stuff. So like I'm like technically a verified. I can't really, you can't show it on here, but I'm like a verified user on it now. So that means like, so say I liked Miami on the money line today, I could go in here and select Miami as one of my plays and just write out like a little like thing for it. And if somebody on the app is looking at the Arizona and Miami games, you can, and it says like picks, you can go to picks and it'll actually, my name like actually shows up and says like verified user account, whatever, like this is my record, I like this bet or something like that. So it's kind of like having a blue check before like you had to like pay for it on Twitter. Red Sox first 5. Oh, like the team total? Yeah, against Kikuchi. Yeah, I think the Red Sox probably get to Kikuchi. I was looking at Kikuchi today and then like I was afraid, so I backed off of it. So dang, we got some line movement here, so we're gonna have to change things up, I guess. Yeah, Trent, I was actually thinking about doing it, but I don't know. I haven't. I really haven't. These pitcher props have been, like good enough for me. Yeah, Gavin Stone just went to 15.5. The pitcher props have been good, so like I kind of was sticking with it. Dang. Well, I guess we're gonna ride that. So this is apparently gonna bounce back and forth. So that kind of is frustrating. Yeah, Michael, just like the old blue check. All right. Anyway, let's talk about some. First off, we'll talk about Brian Wu here. Thumbnail player of the day. I guess I could have left Gavin Stone. There's always so much line movement on these props, man. Going with the over 15 and a half. I think this line is just crazy, to be honest. I mean, anytime there's a playable 15 and a half, I feel like I'm interested in it. Just kind of out of principle. I mean, like just asking for the guy to pitch into the sixth inning obviously isn't a whole lot, isn't a big ask. On the year, he's over this in 9 and 14 or 64% hit rate. You can see in the last three starts, he's pitched into the seventh inning. In three in a row here. Away, he obviously has went through it obviously away. So I mean that maybe that's where we're getting some respect here. I think we're getting like Dodgers respect here, and like if you guys been hanging out with me long enough, you know that I'm not big on the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman's not in this lineup either, so I'm not really afraid of it, to be completely honest. I know the Dodgers, the 13th best against right-handed pitcher, 12th best on base percentage. Without Freddie Freeman, they're definitely a different lineup. They've also not, Kiermaier and Otani has faced him, in the past, but outside of that, they haven't seen him before. So they're gonna have, he should have a good 3 inning advantage against them, unless he goes out there and just gets absolutely torn up. I think that his over 15 and a half is just gonna be honestly just seems like a great line, a really great line. And the last, 2 days, like they've thrown not a lot of pitches, bullpens, fairly available, but they've certainly used some arms in the last couple days. I think over 15 and a half is an awesome number. Yeah, Max Muncy, I think, is going to be coming back today. I think he was supposed to come back tomorrow, I think, but since Freddie Freeman's going to be out, I think Max Muncy is going to come back. So I mean, just an extra bat in the mix, might be worth messing with. Like, I mean, shoot, I won't because I'm going to be on Brian Wu, but I mean, sometimes those guys come back, they come back, hitting, getting some home runs and stuff like that. But there's another side of this bet to kind of look at here. He's, he had a hamstring issue. He in the middle of things here, he was nursing an injury, having some issues and all that here in the middle. And it seems like he's come out of this. Look at like his pitches thrown. I mean, 85 pitches, 88 pitches, 92 pitches, and he's pitching to the seventh inning. He's been, just incredibly efficient. Even just going against Houston, he still went, 17 outs. Must have got himself in trouble to get pulled at 73 outs here or 73 pitches. But his pitch count's been really low. But he's been efficient in that. Here he is back here. He had just kind of just started again though, but he went a full 6 innings throwing, a max 85, throwing 77, 70, and 66. Like he's looked actually fantastic. This Dodgers lineup I know is good, but there's not a lot of walk targets. In fact, I'm seeing a ton of people interested in his walks under. Like everybody is looking at Brian Wu under his walks. I've seen this all over Twitter. Everyone's talking about Brian Wu and under his walks. That's a fantastic look. You have, Betts and Otani are two walk targets in here, but I think I mean, the guy doesn't walk a lot of guys. Therefore, that means that his pitch count's going to be low and he is effective. Another thing that I really like, you got minus 145 here. Look at his hits. His hits under 5.5 on the year, under this in every single game outside of a blow-up outing that he had against the Angels here. So we have a lot of good things going for us. He's under his hits line in 13 of 14 starts. He's under his walks line in 13 of 14 starts, or he's over, just 1 of 14, however you want to look at it. So we have those two stats, which are fantastic. They're minus 140 though. I mean, not really playable. You could ask like, well, what about taking his hits under and doing a juice reducer, or taking his walks under and doing a juice reducer? Well, I feel like, he could miss his walks, he can miss his hits, but ultimately he can still hit his outs, even if he, gets himself in trouble or anything like that. He can still go deep in the game, even if he does get hit. I mean, it could be a single, two singles, a double play, gets out of the inning. That stuff kind of adds up, a hidden inning kind of thing. he can still give up a lot of hits, but they could be 1 pitch, 2 pitch hits. And he finds himself getting out of trouble and he's perfectly fine. So I think outs is certainly the better play. Like I said, 15.5, I think is a phenomenal number. And it's minus 120, which is very generous. It is not on FanDuel yet. I'm sure it will be, but we'll lock up the minus 120, 1.2 units here. We'll talk about David Peterson next. We were just on this play. Actually, what? It was like our step 2 that missed or something like that. We were on the under, and I loved his under. And then Brent Rooker was, he had a baby. So he was taken out. That, I mean, and the A's just couldn't hit the ball. The A's just really couldn't hit the ball in the spot. They were struggling to hit him. He had a no-hitter through like 5 innings or something like that. I mean, they just killed him realistically. Who am I looking at right here? They do like just not have out props right up on FanDuel right now, or what? Another minus 120 though. I feel really good about it. 1.2 units on it. Unless it changes here in a second, but he's under this in 5 of 10 on the year. He's under at a 54% hit rate. At home, he's under at a 67% hit rate. We just backed him in this spot right here in his last start. He went 19 outs against Oakland. First off, he had a lot of run support, so they were gonna let him rot out there anyway. They're gonna let him go. He's facing an A's team who walked a lot, and that was the play. I was like, hey, I think he's gonna give up a lot of walks, and he did. He actually walked 4 batters in this game, but still was able to work around it. The A's just didn't take advantage of it at all. The A's didn't take advantage of it at all in this spot. I think this is a spot. He's got an over-under of 1.5. He's over this in 10 of 13. So his walks. He's over his walks in 10 of 13. It's minus 189. So the books think he's going to at least have 2 walks here. I mean, he's over this in 80% of his last 10 games. On the year, he's over this at 77%. At home, he's over this at 83%. He's walked 2 guys in all but 1 start here, including 3 straight here, 4, 3, 3, and 5. So 4 straight games, he's had at least 3 walks. That raises the pitch count. It's going to get him in trouble. And I'm telling you, today, we're not like backing this weird team like the A's and hoping that they're going to get it done. Like, we're going against the Orioles today, who have the 11th best batting average against lefties in the last 30 days. On the year, they have the 8th highest. They have the 8th best on base percentage, 8th best or 6th best WRC, 6th best, batting average balls in play. So when they hit the ball, it's turning into runs. This team is very good against left-handed pitchers. They've seen them before, and obviously we can see they haven't had a whole lot of success, but I mean, we're talking, 2 at bats, 1 at bat, 1 at bat, 1 at bat. So I mean, not a whole lot, so nothing to really worry about. When did he face them? He faced them last year, and even then, look at that. He only went 9 outs for whatever reason. And then he didn't do well against this current lineup at all. You have Jackson Holiday in here, who's just been, on fire since he's come back. So with the expectation that David Peterson's going to throw himself, and he walked him 3 times, when they faced him last time. David Peterson's been a walk machine. The Orioles aren't really known for walks. Let's see here. They walk at the 12th highest rate against left-handed pitchers. So, I mean, that's a good look. David Peterson, throws a lot of walks, a lot of balls. And, he's been under this, like I said, in plenty of times. He's been under this at home in plenty of times. I think the Orioles are going to hit him pretty well today. So we're back in the Orioles here, which I've certainly – I went, weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, anytime I was taking under, I wanted to trust an offense. They just weren't coming through for me. But, here recently, some of these promos that they have out, I've been, hitting some of these player props and everything. I'm working on some collabs, with some bigger accounts and everything to try to work on, trying to grow, my own account and stuff, but that, offensive props have been coming along, which means that fading a pitcher, kind of comes along too. I wanted to check real quick. I was getting on my phone to see what promos like FanDuel and like DraftKings has real quick before we get into the third play. Sheesh. Not many people watching today. That's all right. There's 25% same game parlay. I just don't like same game parlays in the MLB. You get a 3-week trial of Sunday Ticket. Bet $5 and get a 3-week trial. That's kind of nice. Man, I lost some money too recently. Dang, there's already a boost for college football. College football playoff. Oh, it's a playoff one. College football playoff parlay profit boost. 1 leg single use profit boost be used on a 4+ leg college football playoff parlay bet. That's probably to add like, this team, and this team to win kind of thing, or to make it to the playoffs. That's kind of lame. Nobody wants that though. All right. Anyhow, DraftKings has got get a 33% profit boost to use on a 4-leg MLB parlay. That's a pretty good one. I like those. Minus 200 or under. So like this under 5.5 hits for like Brian Wu, or you could take his walks or something like that. You can take these minus 150 lines and turn them into something useful. But okay, third play here. Before we get into the third play, do me a favor, and if you haven't liked the video, like the stream here today, like the stream, and then make sure you hit the subscribe button for me too. I was trying to see, man, we're gonna be stuck here. We're gonna have to get creative. We'll get this play out here and let's see. Is my hold on a second. Let me get into here. For some reason, it says there's nobody watching on YouTube. I mean, not to sound like a douche, I feel like I find that hard to believe. Let me make sure that it's actually streaming. But maybe, people obviously just get busy. Oh, there's a couple people. It must just be going out. Whatever. Anyhow, make sure you like the video. Let's get into the third play here. We're not going to have a ton of people watching every day anyway. Oops. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, we're kind of in a weird spot here now. So Gavin Stone under 16.5. It's minus 150. It's moving back and forth now. It wasn't, leading up to the show here, it was sitting at like minus 120. So now it's hovering around. And it's not available on FanDuel right now either. Oh, hell. Anyway, I mean, if we just look at this under 16.5 for the time being, on the year, he's under this at, he's under this 50-50. At home, he's under this at, 6 of 11 starts. More recently, though, here in the last 10 games, he's under this in, 7 of his last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's under in 6 of his last 7 starts. He's able to go deep against the Astros here. But if you look, though, like he's not throwing a lot of pitches, like at all. He's only throwing like mid 80s. He had to throw 100 pitches to go, a full 18, had to throw 103 to go. I mean, he went deep, 94 here. But you can see he's throwing like 77. He's throwing high 70s to like a mid 80s max. So I just feel like there's a lot of good ways to capitalize on this. And he's going against the Mariners, who I know in the batting average wise, 24th lowest batting average on the year, 29th lowest batting average. But you look at the on base percentage; they have the 8th highest on base percentage against right-handed pitchers. Julio Rodriguez is back as of like 5-6 games or something like that. If you go and look at pitches per plate appearance, the Mariners see the most pitches out of any other team. So they run the counts up, whether it's striking out, whether it's walking, whatever it is, they run it up. I think that there's multiple ways that we can win this here. So say the Mariners hit them well, right? So we look at yesterday. I don't know if I still have it pulled up. I can get it though. So the Mariners yesterday had 13 hits and 10 runs. I would hope and look to think that offense is going to continue to kind of what does that mean? Been kind of betting dead for the past 5 days, like as in like there's just not a lot to bet on. I almost said the Seahawks, the Mariners. Hit really well yesterday. I think that's going to translate over. I also think that so that's the first way it can win for us. The Mariners hit him well. They, his pitch count gets up into the high, the 70s or whatever. Maybe it's close to 80, and they pull him, and he doesn't come out into the 6th inning. Let me look at this here. Bullpen, they only threw one arm on Saturday. They only threw 3 guys on Sunday. So, the bullpen is pretty fresh to come in and relieve them. I did forget to mention on that David Peterson pick, there is a chance of rain. So, if there's a delay after he starts, that could throw some things off too. It's just another reason to like the under. Or Gavin Stone could maybe he's on fire. Maybe like he's gonna strike out a bunch of guys and everything like that. And that's going to raise his pitch count as well. So there's kind of 2 ways that we can go about this. Gavin Stone has, just a great, outing. He's throwing a lot of strikeouts, but a lot of strikeouts means a lot of pitches because generally you don't have an 0-3 count. Generally, it's a full count, ends up being a strikeout, whatever. And then he ends up, raising his pitch count that way as well. Or the Mariners, just catch some walks. The Mariners get some hits and they knock them out in that sense. However, we're at minus 150 now. So now we're stuck, trying to look at realistically needing a juice reducer. And I have an idea for a play that I was going to use already on for like the 10K step video that I'm going to put out. So I don't really want to use that, or I don't want to give you guys that one. What's canon not to win? I wonder how. Let's go here. Baseball, MLB. There. That'll work. Who knows? We know how the White Sox have been, but Cannon is much worse away from home than he is at home. Yeah, Fulmer's. So it's going to be either Cannon or Fulmer as the 2 options for the juice reducer. Fulmer is a really good one. I was thinking about using that for the 10K challenge. I haven't actually fully decided yet. Because then on the other side, there's Cannon, who I think can go over his 13.5. Going against a Giants team that just hasn't been very good, and then using a juice reducer that way. So for this play though, we'll write it this way: Gavin Stone under 16.5, and then we'll go with Jonathan Cannon to not get the win, minus 360, because we just know how the White Sox are. Harrison, how's Harrison? Let's see. I mean, Kyle Harrison isn't fantastic, but I mean, it's certainly better than what the White Sox are going to put out. He's got a 3.64 ERA at home, which is, I mean, almost a full point higher or better. He's got a 4.61 away, a 3.64 at home. He's got a 3.53 at night compared to a 5.63 during the day. So, I mean, there's a lot of good things going. Where Jonathan Cannon away, he's got a 5.05 compared to a 3.2 at home. Yeah, Cannon actually pitches better away or at night, but let me see something else here. Let's see. I don't know. I don't think the White Sox have faced him before. Yeah. I mean, the White Sox are dead last against a lefty in the last 30 days. Dead last against a lefty damn near on the year. I mean, look, if the White Sox cost us this bet, then it's just shit happens. We chalk it up to it's baseball. So that's what we're going to ride. We're going to do, fuck, dude. David Peterson moved to 16.5. I can't win. I cannot win with these odds. I really like that too. It's not out here. That's so annoying, dude. Like literally, like in a span of 30 minutes, like you lose the lines. Oh shit. It's not even offered. Like, what's going on? It's a pain in the ass. I don't know what to tell you. We're just ride it straight. I mean, I don't know. Super frustrating, but I'm not gonna go and find another, like have to find another juice reducer just because the line keeps moving. It's frustrating. We're locking in at minus 140 and it's just gonna suck. So we're going to go Brian Wu over 15.5. We'll ride David Peterson under 16.5 at minus 140, unfortunately. If you want to use, an X or find a juice reducer for it. I mean, I just trying to share, knowledge or whatever here. And then we'll do the Gavin Stone and Cannon to not get a win, which is like plus one something. So, I mean, we get a little bit of that back. I mean, if you wanted to do, like Royals money line or something like that, I mean, I feel like the Royals should get the win there. They've been super hot. Or we'll monitor it and I'll just see what's going on with it. But if push comes to shove, I'll just use David Peterson in the, like I said, that minus 140, I can use it in the parlay. Brian Woo's, hits under minus 140. I don't know, man. A lot of stupid line movement, but I'm going to go, unless you guys have anything. If anybody has anything, I mean, now's the time. Don't have as many people watching today, but that's okay. I got to, like I said, I just got back. I managed to actually run. My hip loosened up a little bit, so that was good. But I've been putting off mowing the grass for so long. And then I have my son's baseball practice today as well. So there's a lot going on that I need to get going on. So tomorrow should be normal time tomorrow. And then I will see you guys back. Yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Normal time. And then, like I said, each day is just going to fluctuate, I guess. And then I guess in the Discord, I need to start giving out plays sooner because I'm losing lines here. It's frustrating. But appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys back tomorrow.